401k, not a pension, not a vacation, not a savings account, not travel, but it starts with you. And I'm not talking about the you who braves Monday morning traffic to get to work at 9 o'clock. I'm not talking about the you that shows up faithfully to midweek service or Bible study. I'm not even talking about the you who came here today. But I'm talking about the authentic you. The real you. The true, genuine you. The person who lives deep down inside. Who is living to come out. She wants to come out, but she doesn't know how. Because her past life experiences and her pain has caused her to hide behind the mask of Superwoman. Of I got it together. I carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. I have to be strong. She hides behind the makeup and the glamour and the hair and the nails and the clothes and the shoes. She hides. Because if she reveals herself, then who's going to love me? Who's going to accept me? Who's going to appreciate me? Who's going to value me? And that woman, she needs you. She needs you. She's counting on you. She's relying on you. You hold the key to unlocking the door for her to be released. So it starts within. Not looking externally in a world where we live today, where it's all about appearances. We live in a world where people are constantly telling us who to be, who not to be, what to wear, what not to wear, what to drive, what not to drive. Always trying to dull our shine, telling us what we can and cannot do. And we rely on those people to validate us. But in order for you to be great, in order for you to be happy, and to have what it is that you desire, you have to validate yourself. It starts with you. Knowing that you are enough. Just as you are. You're enough. We all are works in progress. So you are enough. You are not disqualified because of what your past life has been, your past circumstances. Those things do not define you. But they happened in your life in order for you to help someone else along their journey. It didn't happen to you, but it happened for you. So that you can be a participant in somebody else's healing. That is why you have endured hardship and challenges, frustration, anger. Throwing your hands up and saying, I'm done, I can't do it anymore. You're in an uncomfortable place because she's living to get outside. She wants to come alive. You have the power to help her come alive. It's not up to someone else, it's up to you. You have to know who that woman is and how valuable she is. And anytime you want to know the function of a thing or the value of a thing, you got to go to the source. You go to the owner. You go to the creator. So if you want to know, well, who am I really? Who is this authentic woman who lives inside of me? I would like to meet her. Some of us don't know her, and that's okay. But I want to get to know her. How do I do that? You go to the source. In order for you to discover who you are purposed and fashioned to be, you have to go to God. God has the answers that you're looking for. You have to cultivate an authentic relationship with God. Well, Shawana, what does that mean? An authentic relationship with God. It's very simple. God, here I am, naked and unashamed. Naked and unashamed. We know that we build intimacy in our relationships through nakedness. That's in the natural and in the spiritual. I can connect with someone when I bare my soul, when I bare a part of me, when I'm transparent, when I'm open, and when I'm honest about who I am and what my thoughts are, what my feelings are. God is no different. God already knows. God already knows. So to be naked and unashamed in order to have an authentic relationship with God, that means that you have to take all of your failures, all of your disappointments, all of your heartache, all of your anger, your frustration, your bitterness, your regret, your depression, your anxiety, your headaches, your heartaches, your backaches, your successes, your accomplishments, even those things too. We often say that we are not our past, we are not defined by our mistakes and our failures. But guess what? We're not defined by our successes and our accomplishments either. No, we're not. I know you got degrees. I know you got letters. I know you got jobs. I know you got money. I know I've been on TV. I've been on the radio. I've written a book. I've gone across the country. But those things don't define me either, because all of those things are temporary. Just like that sadness and that heartache in the past, all of those things are temporary. But what defines me is who God says that I am. My identity and my value, my self-worth, is in the one who created me. And God created us to be great, strong women. But we don't exercise our strength by keeping our mouth shut and keeping all these burdens on our back. That is not how you exercise your strength. But your strength lies in your vulnerability. Because when I'm vulnerable, I'm open before God. Yeah. And I can say, God, use me how you see fit. Because the purposes that I have in my life were given to me by God anyway. So who am I to misuse or mishandle the gifts that God has given to me to bless somebody else's life? When we get things out of order and we begin to utilize the gifts and the tools and the resources that God has given us to do something outside of the will of God, then that's when we find ourselves frustrated and depressed. So I'm going to have an authentic moment so y'all can understand what I'm saying. This year has been a roller coaster for me. I wrote this book. It was birthed out of a painful place. I was going through a very challenging place in my life. And so I sat down to write, and I asked God, is now the time? Is this what you want me to do? And as I sat and began to write, the Spirit would download into me what to say on these pages. And I wanted to be done with it all in one set, and I wanted to sit down on Monday at 6 o'clock in the morning, write the whole book, be done at 6 o'clock in the evening, call the publisher, get it printed, and get it out. That microwave mentality. But my healing of my brokenness and my disappointment, the closure that I needed on some things in my life, happened through the writing of this book. And it was in that process that God revealed to me everything that you experienced in your life, it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. And that was such conviction because I was addicted to being a victim. I'm talking about me. I was addicted to being a victim. Woe is me, my life just ain't right. I don't have a man, I don't have a car, I don't have the clothes I want, I don't have the bag that I want, I'm not going to the school that I want. Every time something happened, I became the victim. And what I've come to learn about a victim mentality is, when we get stuck in a place of being a victim, we take no responsibility and no accountability for changing our lives and going after the things that we desire. And if I have no accountability and responsibility to pursue the God-inspired dreams and the God inspired visions that he's placed inside of me, and then complain about it, I will stay stuck in that place of defeat and depression. So, I had to make a difficult decision. Do I want to continue to be a victim? Or do I want to be victorious, the victorious woman that God has called me to be? Do I want to live out my life's purpose and allow my gifts to make room for me so that I can be a blessing in somebody else's life? That's what that means. Y'all heard that? Your gift will make room for you? It makes room for you to be influential in the lives of the broken and battered women that you come in contact with. It's not about money. Because earlier this year, I wrote this book. I was on the pursuit of money. I got bills. I got a plan. I want to go to Europe. I want to pay off my student loan. I got debt. I got things to do. I want to remodel my kitchen. I need new floors. I have a plan. But the Spirit said, your gift will make room for you to be able to sow seeds in the lives of women who are broken and who need to hear the message from your mess. So I said, okay, I surrender. I surrender to you, God. And I come before you naked and unashamed. Here I am, imperfect. Here I am, broken. Here I am, angry, frustrated, disappointed. I'm doing all of this work. I'm casting my nets and pulling back 2 fish. I do all this work, and I cast my net, and I pull back 3 fish. I run over here, and I do all this work, and I throw it out, and pull back 1 fish. And people are like, oh, girl, you're an author. You got that author money. Huh, let me tell y'all something. But I had to realize that I must pursue what God has designed for me. And that is to be able to utilize my gifts to impact the lives of people so that they can be happy. So that they can live meaningful lives. Not caught up in the rat race of just doing one thing and that doesn't work and doing another thing and that doesn't work. But putting my hand to something that is meaningful, something that will bring about a great result, not only in my life, but in the kingdom of God. That's why we're here. You're not here for you. You're not here for you. You are purposed to make a difference in the lives of those around you. But you can't do that if you're always trying to keep up with them. You can't make a difference if you're imitating them.
That's good.
When God created you, he broke the mold for a reason. Imitation is not the highest form of flattery. I'm not flattered when people try to imitate me, because let me tell you. Listen, I might have little neat together today, but baby, I'm a piece of work. But God knows that. And I know that. And so no longer do I have to live this life pretending to be something that I'm not. I'm tired of pretending.
That's right.
That was too much of a burden to me. That's too heavy. I won't do that. I won't do that. I want to be perfect. Have it all together. Every T cross, every I. That's just too much. That's too stressful. But when I surrendered and relinquished and let go and say, God, here